Hello, how are you guys doing? This is Mr. Pine. It's been a while since you've probably seen my beautiful face. I know it's not beautiful, but I'm doing this kind of later at night while my house is kind of quiet. But I wanted to do a little presentation for y'all that we would have done at school. I like this unit about talking about drugs. It's something that I feel passionately about. And if this were happening at school, I would kind of, do this presentation with you. And so you would come in and you would put on a post-it note on the whiteboard answering these two questions. Why do people do drugs in your opinion? Why do you think they do drugs? And why don't people do drugs in your opinion? Reasons why people don't do drugs. And when I talk about drugs, I'm talking about drug abuse. I'm not talking about, using ibuprofen or some painkillers that your doctor prescribed you. This is drug abuse. But caveat or warning about this. This is something that I feel passionately about. Again, something that I get excited about, and it is in no way, shape, or form attacking you or family members or anything like that. And so I had a presentation that I would go through during class. It'd take a lot longer, but I'm going to try to speed it up here. So I want you to pause the video and just kind of think, why do people do drugs and why don't people do drugs? And kind of have that in your mind, right? And so I wanted to kind of show you this PowerPoint that I made here that I would show you at school, right? And so first thing is, is there a drug problem at our school? Of course, everybody does drugs. I mean, not everybody, but I mean, it's hard not to get away from it. I had a teacher or a parent ask me one time, where can I send my kid where there won't be any drugs? I think I'll send them to a charter school or whatever. I think it's everywhere. No matter where you go, there it's going to be there, right? And so there is a drug problem. Of course, people do drugs at our school. How big of a problem it is, I would have you guys answer this next question, with your hands, like hold it up, maybe pause it, maybe do a video response for me, using Screencast-O-Matic you can even use, or upload a video to Canvas as a result of this, with this assignment. Scale of 1 to 10, how bad is it, do you think, at this school? Some people do 2s and 1s because maybe they've seen worse, or maybe they don't see it as much. They don't even know what to look for. Some people say it's a lot bigger of a number, maybe because they see it more often. Maybe they have friends or they're around it more often. Maybe some people don't know what to look for, and so they see, someone vaping in the bathroom stall, and they think that that's a huge deal or whatnot, and they think, oh crap, everybody's doing drugs. But really, at our school, probably I would say the drug of choice is vaping and marijuana and smoking cigarettes and alcohol. That has always been the case. The top three drugs, as you can see here, top three drugs that these are percents of people that have tried these of 10th graders. 63% of people have tried alcohol. Alcohol is the number one abused drug today, and that will be in a test at some point. And then it's usually cigarettes or tobacco products, and then marijuana is usually third. Then after that, it kind of, it gets mixed up depending on what the year and whatnot, right? And so the next thing that I would talk about would be why don't people do drugs? Now, me personally, I had a few reasons why I didn't do drugs in high school. Um, I didn't do drugs mainly because of my family, right? I had parents that were very, insistent that I not do them, forceful, saying if I did do them, then heck, I would be in big trouble. I also did athletics. I wrestled and played football, so that was a reason not to. Some of you would have put some other reasons, like I don't want it to affect my health. Some people say religious reasons. Less than 3% of kids can say no for religious reasons because it just comes in pill form. You're taking ibuprofen because of pain. Well, here, this helps you because of pain, right? And really, and then this other side, why do people do drugs, right? I really never understood it, right? When I was in high school and junior high, I never understood, why would anyone want to do drugs? I would look at my friends and be like, why in the heck would anyone want to do drugs? I'm starting to understand a little bit. And I would go up to the board and I would get your post-it notes off of the whiteboard. And I would start, pulling them out and kind of grouping them, or I'd have you put them into. And over the years that I've seen, three main reasons why people do drugs. And so here are the three main reasons why people do drugs. And you may disagree or agree, but reasons people do drugs. Number one reason right here is because of stress. They need to escape from something. Maybe they have some kind of pain. Maybe they have some kind of abuse. You think of an older man like me, maybe I have a dead end job and family's hard. And so where do I go on the weekend to forget about my issues, right? Stress or an escape from reality, right? And in that video you saw, that's what the girl said. She's like, yeah, I just wanted to die for a little while until things got better. So a lot of people have that. It's not a conscious decision, hey, I'm stressed out, so I'm going to go do drugs. All they know is, hey, I go to the bar, I get drunk, or I do this drug or whatever, and I feel good, right? And it's a subconscious thing that's happening, right? So that's one reason why people do drugs. And there's a ton of different, things that could fall under that category. Another big one that maybe some people don't understand, but it's peer pressure, PP, right? Peer pressure. It's not always someone coming up to you and offering you drugs, but maybe you're at a party like this right here. And it seems like everybody is, and it seems like someone has a clipboard and they're going around making sure, hey, this person's not doing it, so they're not cool and whatnot. And so that can be an issue as well. And what do we do about peer pressure? I would ask the class, how many of you have been offered drugs? Some people would share their story and how they dealt with it. Me personally, I was offered drugs, but how I dealt with peer pressure is I just let them know up front, and I always express my opinion. If we saw someone that was smoking in the back parking lot or something, I tell my friends, hey, you know what? I don't do those things. My dad would kill me, and they'd be like, yeah, your dad would kill you. And I would just express my opinion before. So I still remember to this day some of my friends saying, hey, on a Friday night, we usually would, play Mario Kart and go get drinks from the gas station. I'd get a Dr. Dew, half Mountain Dew, half Dr. Pepper. It was disgusting. But I would get it. And I remember my friends coming over to me and saying, hey, we're not going to play Mario Kart tonight. We're going to do something, some other things, And I'm like, oh, yeah, what? And you're like, well, we're going to go drink. And I'd be like, oh, okay, well, if you need any help, let me know. I'll come get you and stuff. And they're like, yeah, we know. And so they knew that I didn't do those things because I expressed it before. Sometimes you just have to, tell them up front that I don't do those things. I had a friend, he went to a party one time and someone, opened a beer and gave it to him. And he's like, get that SHIT stuff out of my face, get that stuff out of my face right now. And so we had to be really forceful and say no and things like that. These two reasons, I guess, some people say that these are reasons, and you'll see in the videos that you'll watch that some people talk about this, the friends were doing it and stuff. But I think this is the number one reason why people do drugs, and this is the next one. And I never quite understood it. But this one right here is that it's fun. And I personally have never done drugs. However, I have seen over and over again how fun it is to do drugs, right? And how we have these videos and movies saying, hey, it is funny. I mean, we have Pineapple Express, we have Hangover, we have Cheech and Chong. Heck, we even have, we even have songs that talk about doing drugs right here, right? So I don't know if you can even hear that, but I mean, we even talk about those things, right? So the fun, right? So, you know what? Right? And those are funny things, right? And so we talk about that, right? And peer pressure and things like that, and because it was fun. I'm not in debate that, it probably is a lot of fun seeing someone high and or drunk or doing things like that. And you could probably search up tons of videos on that. Um, and this is kind of where I get at, yeah, but what? Yeah, but that. And this alternative high school that I used to teach at said, you know what? A lot of you will probably do drugs. And it is a lot of fun, but this is the big deal. Right? That fun will end eventually. the fun will end. And it's not something that you can lie about. You can't lie to meth. You can't lie to cigarettes. You can't lie to cocaine or whatever you do. You can't lie to it. You can't make excuses. As soon as you choose to do drugs, the consequences will come eventually. It may take, I don't know, weeks, months, years, but it will come, right? And that fun will end. This kind of comes to my personal story. I was offered drugs in the 7th grade, and I actually, for your entertainment purposes, I dug out my old yearbook right here, right? And this is from the 6th grade. This is me, Mr. Pine, right there. I don't know if you can see that. So that's Todd Pine right there, right? So Todd Pine, he was friends with a friend, and it was, you know, during class break, my friend right here, his name is Justin Terry, and he said, "Hey, Pine, I want you to come and see something. I got something in my backpack to show you." Like, what is it, Justin? Just show me right here. He's like, no, 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 you got to come with me. And so went outside behind the back portable, and he opened up a can of chew because Smash Fork, you got a lot of cowboys and a lot of baseball players. So he showed me this can of chew, and he's like, "Here, man, try this." And I'm like, "Dude, that's chew. I'm not gonna do it." And he's like, "It's not. I want to give you chew. It's just mint leaves and molasses." Well, I said no. I'm like, "No, I got to go to class and everything." I didn't tell anyone. I didn't snitch or anything like that. But me and him kind of drifted apart, and he had a lot of fun. His dad owned a construction company, a concrete business. He lived in a nicer part, and he had a lot of fun, a lot of girlfriends, a lot of parties. And then in high school, I had a lot of parties. Then many, many years later, and again, I was what, 12, 13 years old, right? And then many, many years later, I finally got word of what happened to him. And so here is a picture, of the kid that offered me drugs in the 6th grade, right? At Spanish Fork Junior High School. And so the fun ended for him, right? So what happened is he got into drugs more and more and more, and eventually he got to the point that he couldn't take it anymore, and he committed suicide. It says here that Justin Bryce Terry passed away on Tuesday, July 6, 2010. He was born on June 22, 1980. He is survived by his wife Jessica, children Wesley and Cadence, his parents Joyce, and all those things. So when I read this, it kind of hit me hard. And as soon as I saw it and I heard what happened, I remembered a time behind a portable in the 7th grade of what decision he made and what decision I made. I'm not saying I'm better than him, but my life is a lot different. And his choice that he made in the 6th, 7th grade not only affected him, but it also affected his wife and his kids. And I want you to think about, how did it affect his wife and his kids? Well, the wife, doesn't have her husband. The kids don't have a dad. Until when? Until forever, right? And so he wasn't planning on that happening. He didn't think, you know what, I'm going to start with this can of chew, and then I'm going to, kill myself when I'm 30. But it happened. You can see that it took over, 15 years for this to happen. And it's just an issue that happened. I don't know what the heck happened there. And so I just hope that you understand that. I'll talk a little bit more about this upcoming, and please watch the videos that I have posted, right? And write down your thoughts about this presentation, why you think people do drugs, and I'll have you guys share stories, maybe write a story of people and how it ended for them, right? And so I hope you're all doing okay and you're keeping healthy, man. It's tough being cooped up inside. Get out, go for a walk, whatever you can. I'm always free, send me some emails, send me whatever. I'm always have my phone on me, so I get email notifications. It's just good to hear from y'all. So have a good evening. See you later. Bye.